Welcome back, guys, and here we are with the new camera and the 2010 Ninja 250R. We're going to do a quick review of the bike, focusing on power, handling, and of course, looks. Most people overlook the 2010 Ninja 250 because it is a 250, but at 375 pounds and 33 horsepower with a claimed top speed of 170 kilometers an hour, it's more than enough to lose your license and more than enough to keep you happy. So far, I pushed it up to about 120, 130, and even then it felt quite stable and had no problems maintaining speed and traffic. As for power, so far I have not had any problems. Getting up to about 130 required no real tucking. I'm sure that 170 top speed is tucked, and I don't think it'd be a really big problem to attain. I was not tucked in any way, and I was cruising at about fifth at about 7,000 RPM, which is well short of the 12,500 RPM red line. So, as you can see, the Ninja 250 does actually have a fair amount of power to it, considering its small size, which makes it really nice on the road. The Ninja 250 makes handling a breeze, especially for new riders. Having the extra torque of a twin-cylinder engine and the light weight provides the ability to get in and out of dangerous situations really quickly. Simply give the throttle a twist, the extra torque kicks in, and you're able to get out of there no problem. Now with a 600, this becomes a problem when you end up ripping the front end off the ground and you go into an uncontrolled wheelie or worse. So the 250 Ninja has a bit of an advantage over a 600 in that case. Now, handling as well, being a 375 pound bike, it does have advantages for getting in and out of traffic. Weaving in and out is no problem for this bike, and dodging people, well, hopefully you don't have to do it, but it's quite capable of it as well. Steering is quite agile, never had a problem, no need for a steering damper because of its size, which is also a plus because of maintenance. With a view from the rear like this, it's easy to see how the 250cc Ninja could be easily mistaken for a 600cc bike or bigger. Having placed it next to numerous bikes, I have run into a lot of people that have actually complimented the size of the bike, asking if it's a 600 or more, and of course I have to tell them no. So, in that case, the designers of the 250 have come a long way since the old models before 2008, which is when the new design came over. Now, a lot of people have talked about the design a lot, and there's no point in going any further into it. Of course, they did add a lot of fairing to it, which is why it has that bigger look to it. As you can see right here, there's a lot of additional fairing that's added for no real reason other than to make it look a lot bigger than it actually is, and to add that appeal to people like me who wanted the look of a bigger bike, but not necessarily the power. Now, another cool thing they've added in 2010 is the black exhaust system here. It is simply just a painted version of the 2008 and 2009 canisters that they had on there, but nonetheless, it still adds a nice little touch that most people will enjoy. In the front here, we have the pedal-style disc brake, dual piston, front and back, but what they've done is only put a single caliper, or disc, I guess you need both, single disc in the front, unlike the other 600 and 1000cc bikes, which have the dual. So, the addition of this pedal system, though, makes it look a lot better, makes it look a lot like the bigger bikes as well, adds a bit of style, and actually dissipates the heat a little better. So, kind of a nice touch on the designer's part. Now, most reviews I've seen online have all focused on the positives of the Ninja 250, and it's easy to see why. But at MGRV, we're going to focus on all the positives and negatives. Now, the one negative I have run into over the last little while is actually with the gas tank here. For some reason, they didn't seal it properly, or whatever the case is, and there's not enough venting for the gases. So, as most people know, there's a lot of vapor to gas, which has to go somewhere. And in cars, it's not a problem, it does vent easily. But for some reason with the bike, it doesn't vent properly, and you end up getting a bit of a hissing or high-pitched kind of whine to the bike. It's not loud, but if you were to leave it in the garage, which is what I do, you'll go in there once in a while and you'll hear it kind of whining. And the only way to get rid of that sound is actually by opening the tank itself, which is just really simple. You kind of open it up here, and you put your key in, lift it up, and the pressure's gone and the sound goes away. So that's really the only negative side to the bike. Other than that, she's fine, and I'd really recommend it to anyone. There you have it, guys. There's the review of the 2010 Ninja 250 Special Edition. Again, other than the slight noise that comes from the gas tank, this bike has been nothing but a dream to own and dream to ride, and I'd highly recommend it to almost anyone to pick up, especially the new riders. You can't go wrong with this bike. There's absolutely nothing wrong with the bike other than a small simple thing that can be fixed just by opening the tank. Not really anything to complain about. Performance wise, it's perfect. Hope you enjoyed, guys, and we'll see you for the next review.